Jesus answered that question by saying, faith of a mustard seed. Now, the reason I think he says faith the size of a mustard seed is not to say, well, what you need is you just need a little speck of faith. I think what he's saying is, faith is not something that we have to try to quantify, like in amounts, because the idea would be like, well, I have a little bit of faith. Is that enough? Do I need a little bit more faith? I think what Jesus is saying is faith is fundamentally different than sight. Faith is fundamentally different than the outworking of our works or power or assertions or anything like that. Okay, so we're not saved by the amount of our faith. We are fundamentally saved by faith, which is trust in God and not in ourselves. And so that doesn't mean that perfect faith, or if we have faith but we're not completely sure, right? So the idea is that sight or full, complete knowledge, that is sight, whereas faith is trust, which means faith in the face of doubt, right? Like the man who says to Jesus, I do believe, but help my unbelief. Jesus doesn't reply and say, okay, I'm going to give you the rest of the faith you need. Jesus responds by, by casting the demon out of the man's son. And so I think that's how we have to look at faith, and that Jesus uses the word mustard seed, or the term mustard seed, I think is pointing us a way of thinking of faith in terms of amount, and thinking of it as simply fundamentally different than the way we might think of what we can see.